Welcome, welcome. Glad you could make it today. Last week, we started building this chatbot tool that's going to be able to be trained on someone's website, and then it can answer questions and provide sales and support help depending on what you give it for training. So we are going to continue this build. There's quite a few pieces to complete to get this ready to go. And then after we have the bot working, we're going to fully do a deployment. We might test a deployment here in the middle and see how it looks, see how prepared it is for that at the moment. So we're going to use Kilo code today. If you need Kilo code, it is this. Oh, they've changed their website a little bit since last time I was here. Put in a dark mode, it appears, and a little different design. This is an add-on for Visual Studio Code or VS Code. I got a question there in the chat. Do I have a Discord channel where we can discuss Replit stuff? Right at the moment, I do not have a Discord channel open, but I do have the ability to hop on one-on-one and talk about any of these applications that you want. And let me get that for you. This will be in the chat, a link to grab a time to talk. Happy to chat about any of the apps. I've worked with almost all of them. And Replit is definitely a big one here. If there's a particular thing you want to see today in Replit, I'll try to fit it into the chat or fit it into the conversation. So you're welcome to just put that in the chat there. All right. So we have let's see where I put it. We have the bot here, and we created one last week to see how the bot creation worked. And there were some bugs with it, but for the most part, it's ready to create a bot. Let's see here. So we're going to hop over to our Kilo code. I am using the Claude Code extension here, which if you want to get Claude Code, it's pretty awesome. Just look that up and follow the instructions to get it. And then you can put it right into Kilo code and use it as your chat agent for coding help. All right, we are going to load in the context of the application here. And the first thing I want to see is if we can delete a bot. So we made this last week. And when we got to the end of it, it was to make sure the button worked to save the bot. Now I want to see if we can delete a bot so we can start a fresh bot and train it and everything like that and go through the process of doing that here on the call. So I'm going to click this delete button, see how it works. And it said we have a 500 failed to delete chatbot. So let us go ahead and address that first. We're going to go over here, grab our console, copy this console error. And we're going to hop over here and say, do not make changes. When I went to delete a chatbot, I got the following error. And we are going to, I removed that from my clipboard. So we're going to put that right back in. There we go. And we're going to use our Smart Code MCP and see what is causing the issue. You can check the database schema as well. And they can use our Postgres MCP for that. I have this in ask mode, so it shouldn't jump in and start making changes. But sometimes, because I do have this enabled to let it switch modes for different tasks, I like to add the do not make changes into the instruction as well. You'll see me do that a lot if this is your first time visiting. Okay, so it's just loading up all of our API routes here so we can quickly see those and understand what routes we have. It found the delete route. And okay, it's getting an understanding of the project. We'll let it run through here and see what is causing the issue. I see a message in chat. Do I believe that Replit is a solution for real app deployment or only for an MVP? That really varies. based on what you're trying to build. So it can definitely deploy things. For example, this PRD tool is one I built that writes product requirement documents to build applications faster and easier. And this was built fully on Replit and it's deployed on Replit. So it works pretty well. Lots of people use this tool every single day. There's more complex tools that it just is going to struggle with building. If you want to pop in an idea of what you're trying to build, I can give you more specifics there. We are continuing on with our chatbot. Okay, so we're working on this delete issue. Okay, so it looks like it needs to delete everything related to the bot. Okay, let's go ahead and implement that. We're going to switch over to code mode and we're going to say, carefully make that adjustment without changing any other part of the app. So we're going to load that in here and have Kilo code paired with Claude Code do this work for us here. Let's see if it properly made this change. We're going to restart the server here, Control C, and then run npm run dev again. Go back over here and see if our delete function works. There we go. So we are going to just test this function and see if we have a functional delete. We do not. Let's hop over here and give it some more context. We're going to switch to 3.7 thinking for this. I think, pun intended, that it may do a little better job with this particular fix. So we're going to say, I just restarted and tested, and it failed to delete. The toast error is unexpected. End of JSON input. Always be as specific as you can with anything you're giving the AI. The more specific you can be, the more likely it is that it will get to the debug solution correctly. And then we are going to say it's the console log. Above is the console log. And then we're also going to say, use the smart code MCP to see what you missed and send that on its way. Let's see. Okay, what did it fix? Wonderful. Let's restart this and see if we got ourselves where we need to be. And we'll reload this here. It's this one. I'm curious, based on what it found there, if it actually deleted the bot and just received back, and it did, it just received back an empty message here. So the bot deletion actually worked. It was just the message that came back was not in the order that it needed to be in. Okay, so we have our bot deleted here. That issue is fixed. We're going to commit this so we have a place we can roll back to. We're sending this up to GitHub. And can always come back to that point later as needed. Now we've completed one task. Always start a new task. This applies to Replit or anything else. Start a new task when you complete one fix. Do not continue the conversation in the same chat or task that you had the old one in, because then it's going to confuse the context window. Okay, it is building. So Bolt is building. And we need to build a bot, and Replit is building, and we will compare and see which build out we like better. Let's go back over here and create a bot. So we're going to say demo bot. We're going to name it BBB because let's do Bath and Beyond. Bed Bath and Beyond. We're going to see if we can get a bot trained on some of their content. So we're going to copy the URL here And we're going to give this a little robot icon. And we're going to say this bot answers questions about bedbathandbeyond.com. And we're going to give this a welcome message about our products. Okay. And let's grab a color here. So we are just going to pick, they have their color here. We're going to copy that and make that the default color of the bot. So we're doing a little branding here. It looks like it's pretty close. Go. And we need to give it a URL for training data. So we're going to put that in. Now we're going to have it crawl 2 levels. And let's just make this a small crawl right now. We'll do 10 pages. And we want to tell it this: if someone asks about something other than Bed Bath & Beyond products, please tell them, sorry, I do not know anything about it. Do not engage in conversations outside of the topic of products. Yeah. This is our system prompt. And we haven't tested our system prompt much in this bot. So we're going to see how controlled that is, if it's even receiving it properly on the AI side. And then we're going to put contact information here. We set this up last week. And we're going to create this chatbot. Now, clicking this create chatbot, what it should do is trigger the crawl. I don't know if it will. Last week when we had this bot set up here, didn't have any of the API keys installed. So I have those put into our .env file. If you look back through my YouTube, I have lots of different videos where I show the .env file and how to use it. You can check those out as you see fit, learn how that works. And we will create a chatbot here. And it says it's being trained and will be ready soon. Let's take a look here and see if we're doing any crawling. So there's the start. And it's using traditional scraping. I'm curious what it means by that. That's clearly some script put in here by the AI. So we're just going to see all back to original behavior for backward compatibility. So what this means, there's 2 types of crawls here. What this means is it was not able to use our semantic crawling. And that is the ability to crawl multiple pages deep. So I think that's what we need to debug next. We want it to be able to crawl several. So there we go. Processed 1 URL. Yeah. So we could give it a list of URLs here that we want it to crawl, which is page, which if you want a lot of control, that's there. But we want to be able to use this. And what this has informed us is that it's not using our semantic crawling. So let's fix that next. We want to train this on multiple pages. We're going to have it in debug mode here. We're going to tell it, do not make changes. And we're going to tell it to use our smart code MCP to quickly gain context. This feeds it the context of the application really fast. And say the crawler for URLs is falling back to the traditional scraper instead of the semantic scraper. Please assist in debugging. Here are the terminal logs. And we're going to copy this in. Again, give it context. And we are going to go over here and see if there's anything in here. There are some training URLs, information pieces. So we're going to copy this console and give that as well. Here is the browser console. And we're going to end it with do not make changes as well. Send that on its way. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, please like and follow. And if you need help building or finishing your app, click the link in my bio to book a one-on-one Zoom call to take a look at your project.